For centuries, artillery has been known as the king of battle, the weapon that could project devastating firepower over long distances and inflict the most casualties on the battlefield. From the Battle of Chaldiran in 1514 to the modern era, artillery has been used not just to destroy enemy forces, but to shape the battlefield itself, striking deep targets, illuminating the field at night, providing cover, and supporting maneuvering troops with precision fire. But during the war in Ukraine, we've seen a new contender for the title emerge: drones. Both short-range FPV drones and longer-range loitering munitions have become some of the deadliest weapons on the front lines. They are cheap, quick to produce, and are being fielded in enormous numbers. FPV drones in particular have been responsible for a shocking percentage of Russian tank losses. Some estimates suggest as many as 2/3. This has led many analysts to argue that the drone, not artillery, is now the real king of the battlefield. But Lockheed Martin and Rheinmetall have other ideas. They have successfully tested a new system that could return artillery to its throne: the Global Mobile Artillery Rocket System, or GMARS. This next-generation MLRS is being called a potential game-changer and could give NATO forces a decisive edge. GMARS is essentially a major upgrade to the US-made M142 High Mobility Artillery Rocket System, or HIMARS, which was developed by Lockheed Martin in the late 1990s. HIMARS is a highly mobile, precision-guided artillery system that carries a single six-pack of GMLRS rockets or one ATACMS tactical missile. It can also fire the newer Precision Strike Missile, or PRSM, which extends the range beyond ATACMS. The HIMARS system is mounted on a six-wheeled FMTV chassis, making it light enough to be airlifted by a C-130 and fast enough to shoot and scoot before the enemy can target it with counterfire. Its advanced guidance systems combine GPS and inertial navigation for extremely accurate strikes with minimal collateral damage. This mobility and precision made HIMARS famous when it was delivered to Ukraine in 2022 and wreaked havoc on Russian forces, enabling Ukraine to hit command posts, ammo depots, and logistics hubs far behind the front lines. But GMARS is taking things to the next level. Instead of the six-wheeled FMTV chassis, GMARS sits on Rheinmetall's HX 8x8 truck platform, which is highly modular and used for a wide variety of military applications, from recovery vehicles and mobile bridges to howitzers and heavy engineering equipment. The HX truck gives GMARS greater range, roughly 35 miles on roads, plus high ground clearance and a central tire inflation system for off-road mobility. This is significantly more than the 300-mile road range of HIMARS or the tracked Sorinu. Like the M270, GMARS doubles the firepower of HIMARS with 2 launch pods instead of 1. This means it can fire 12 GMLRS rockets, 2 ATACMS missiles, or 4 PRSMs in one salvo. And because it shares munitions and fire control systems with HIMARS and Etriavati, GMARS is fully interoperable with existing NATO stocks. For countries already using HIMARS or M270, that means crews can be trained quickly and existing ammunition stockpiles can be used right away. This global interoperability is one of GMARS's strongest selling points. It reduces training time, simplifies logistics, and allows nations to slot GMARS into their arsenals with minimal disruption. That makes it particularly attractive to NATO members, especially those in Eastern Europe who face the most immediate threat from Russia. The HX-mounted GMARS will have a top speed of around 62 miles per hour and is built in Europe, which could help meet the surging demand for HIMARS-like systems on the continent. Because of its size, it can't currently be transported by C-130, but a more compact version may eventually be developed for rapid deployment. Compared to rival systems, GMARS holds its own or even outperforms them. Russia's Tornado MLRS reaches about 124 miles. Iran's Fajr 5 is similar, and even China's PHL-16 tops out at roughly 224 miles. Still, short of GMARS when paired with US munitions. And unlike those systems, GMARS combines range, precision, mobility, and survivability. In today's drone-saturated battlefields, that mobility is critical. Surveillance drones are spotting targets deeper behind enemy lines than ever before. Long-range precision artillery is essential to actually destroy those targets quickly, something drones alone cannot do due to their limited range and payload capacity. The new mantra of modern artillery is spot fast, shoot fast, Move immediately, and GMARS fits this perfectly. It's also likely that GMARS launch pods will eventually host other weapons, possibly loitering munitions, cruise missiles, or even directed energy weapons, making it even more versatile. So who's likely to buy GMARS first? Probably not the US military, which already has plenty of HIMARS and M270 launchers and is modernizing them. Instead, GMARS seems aimed at European customers. Demand for HIMARS is extremely high and production capacity is limited. For European NATO members who want capability now, GMARS could be the fastest way to get it. Poland, for example, originally ordered 500 HIMARS but turned to South Korea's K-39 Chunmoo system to get more launchers faster, producing its HIMARS K variant locally. France is working on its own indigenous rocket artillery system, but faces a looming gap as its remaining M270-based launchers reach end of service in 2027. If development delays occur, France could be compelled to buy GMARS as an interim solution. The Baltic states, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia are also prime candidates. They are small NATO members sharing borders with Russia and Belarus and have already purchased HIMARS. GMARS would allow them to double their firepower while staying fully compatible with NATO allies. Middle Eastern nations are another likely market. Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Bahrain all operate HIMARS or M270 systems and have recently signed major arms deals with the US. Saudi Arabia has used the M270 since the late 1980s and could see GMARS as a major upgrade. Bahrain has recently requested additional HIMARS launchers, suggesting it might also be interested in GMARS. For now, GMARS has no confirmed customers, but it is being actively marketed, and the global artillery systems market is projected to nearly double by 2033 from roughly 10-12 billion today to around 22 billion. That's a huge incentive for nations and manufacturers to invest in cutting-edge rocket artillery systems. Ultimately, GMARS demonstrates that artillery is far from obsolete. In many ways, drones have given artillery a new purpose, providing constant surveillance and precise target data. But it still takes a system like GMARS to deliver a heavy, accurate punch at ranges drones cannot reach. In an era where air defenses are becoming more effective and airstrikes riskier, fast-reacting precision artillery is more important than ever. The king of battle may have been challenged, but with GMARS, artillery is poised to reclaim its crown.